Welcome to a new episode of Talking About Rules. Today's guest, Yves Cote, a BWF referee and Badminton Panam referee assessor.
Thank you, Ricardo. Welcome all. Very nice to have you here. Hoping that all of you and your family are in good health and with that prevention that we need at this moment. And at this moment, I would like to thank again Yves Cote. His first presentation was excellent, and no doubt here we will have another very good presentation. And also, please, we are welcoming your questions. Any doubt you have, this is the right moment to go through them. And Ricardo, thanks for putting everything in place on this. And welcome.
Welcome to the second session. The goal of this one is to look at a very important document that is called prospectus. We'll be looking into this. This prospectus that you have received is a real one from a tournament where I was the head referee. When I prepared it, I placed some mistakes in it. My main reason for that is I want this to be a learning tool. And we will go through that page by page. I'm telling you this right away. Everything that is written in the Thai language is right. As I cannot type or read that language, I did not touch it. After that, we'll talk, we will go one page at a time, clicking different mistakes and that why I did these things. We'll talk about ranking and seeding because this is also important on this. After that, there'll be some questions that some of you had either on this or on other things. And we will have after that one or two videos of things that happen in tournament. And so it's easier for the it will be easier for the officials, for the referees to understand how to deal with these issues. Before I start on the prospectus, I want you to understand this thing. We are at all times dealing with people. We are managing people. And to this effect, it is very important for all of us, if we don't know how to deal with people, we must learn how to deal with people. This is very important. If you are friends with the people who are in the different clubs, in the different organizations, you will see that it is way easier if you have a difficult issue to deal with them. If on the other end, the relations between you as a referee and somebody from a country, if this is not good, then if there's an issue, you will have difficulty dealing with it. So, this being said, let's go with the prospectus. Ricardo, please pick somebody in the group and see if we can identify mistakes on the first page.
Daniel D'Alfaro.
Hi, Ricardo. Hi, Yves.
Yeah.
Thank you. For me, in the point number 4, it's missing the city of the venue. For example, here in the Bangkok is very bigger. I had different municipalities. For me, the venue is have the address, but missing the city. This is 1 point for me. And
Okay.
it's okay?
That's in the point number 4.
Yes.
The way it is written, okay, the way it is written, it's understood by those who have this that it will be in Bangkok. So there is not a mistake there in the venue. It's this stadium is known by everybody. Everybody knows where it is in Bangkok, and this is they just have a different way of writing their street address or not. But the way it is written there is perfectly fine. Did you find other mistakes on page 1, Daniel?
Sorry, I don't listen well, teacher. Can you repeat me?
Did you find other mistakes on page 1? If you haven't, it's no big deal. We'll just go to somebody else.
The name of the person, a specific person, to have some problem to me.
Which number is that?
1.
Number 1?
Yes.
Everything is fine there. Okay, I'll tell you, the first mistake is in point number 3.
You won. So,
In point number 3, this is the first mistake. If you read it, Tuesday, January 18 to Sunday, January 13.
yes. It's
Okay.
number 8. No, 18. 8.
Right. This is a small mistake, but you have to remember this. Whatever is in the prospectus is what we go by. Okay. Here the dates have been changed. It's not the 18th, it's the 8th. Oh, but no big deal. Okay. It's important that we do this exercise so it's easy for you afterwards. You will have an idea, oh, I have to check every little thing. I have to check every little detail. Okay, and on page 1, there are 2 other mistakes. Okay, number 4, it's fine. Number 5 is fine. This is the information that is given to us. So I will suppose that Paisan and Naatai, this is their name and this is their email address. Next thing, point number 6. There's a mistake.
Yves Cote from Peru.
Yves Cote from Peru. Yves Cote is not from Peru. Yves Cote is from Canada. So this is a mistake. Okay. So
teacher,
you receive the document. You have to make sure that everything about you is right. That email address was changed for me after I went to China, because my Gmail account, when I was in China, I could not get it, so they had to get it through a phone, and they lost my password, the password that they gave me. So anyway, it was easier for me to get a new email address. So, but now this is the right email address.
Sorry, teacher.
Yeah.
This email, in the other point, I am more front, is different. Your email have IPS 38, the other 38, and the 2 number more. What is right? That or the other?
This one is the right one.
Okay.
This one is the right one. But I'm glad that you said that, Danielle, because this is a mistake in the other one. And of course,
okay.
I did on purpose. Okay, point number 6, the lady, Barbara, that's her right email address. Point number 7, Is there any mistakes in it? Anybody?
Yes, I see the size of the draw
Okay.
because sorry, because say that the main round is 28 players
Yeah.
and qualifier 6 players.
And
So
where's the point?
and in the main round format is 32 in all events and
32 in all events. Yes.
28 more 6 players is 34. Huh?
Right. So remember this. The main draw is always a number that is a power of 2. Not the multiple of 2, a power of 2.
Yeah.
So if you look at maximum entries for qualifying round, it's also a power of 2, 16 and 8. So very good to notice that. Okay, that's all for the first page. Let's go to the second one.
So it should be qualifying 4, shouldn't it? Because I have 1 qualifier per 8 spots. It's not main draw of 24 and 6 qualifiers. It would be 4 qualifiers.
There's 4 qualifiers. Yeah, all the qualifiers. Thank you, Ian. All the qualifiers are 4. Yes, not 6. Yeah, I changed them. Okay. Next page, page number 2. Anybody found anything in there?
Start time of qualifying round should have been 9 a.m., not 1900.
Yes, that was a mistake. Okay, so as you can see there, thank you, Ian, the qualifying round start after the main round, which is impossible. All the qualifyings must be played before the main round start. Okay, so it is very important. That was a good one. It was noticed. Okay. Anything else?
Yes, if Leonardo has a question. Leonardo, please.
I'm listening. I cannot hear.
Yes, I asking him to unmute.
Okay.
Okay, Leonardo.
It was the last point where it says that if it's from Peru. That's why I raised my hand.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
Would you bring up the inconsistency in formatting of playing times where you've got different hyphens and spacing and stuff, or not?
No.
Okay.
No. Anything else on scheduling, point number 8? No. If you notice, there's 6 courts on the Wednesday. There's only 4 courts at that venue. So that was a mistake also. You cannot.
Have only 4 courts.
There's only 4 courts. For Wednesdays in the main draw, it is 4 courts, not 6.
The Wednesday is 4 courts. The mistake is the 6.
Yes, instead of 6. So again, whatever we write in the prospectus is what we go by. So that's why it's very important that we check this. If you look on Saturday, semifinals, 2 courts. Okay. On 2 courts, often in bigger tournaments, often they will play on 2 courts. They will play the following way: 8 matches on TV court and 2 matches on the other court. And the reason for that is very simple. It's they must have some TV time. And there's a certain number of matches that have to go on TV. And the number of matches on TV has to be respected. As there's usually it's 29 matches on TV. So if you take 5 for the finals, you are left with 24. So semi-final, 8 matches, quarterfinals, 8 matches, second round, 8 matches.
If the date is also wrong. It says Saturday, January
22nd. Yes, I have it. Saturday, the date is wrong. Saturday, January 22nd.
Is the scheduled time on Wednesday correct then, with only 4 courts? Because I actually ran numbers with 6 doing 30 minutes per match, and it would have been very close with 6 courts.
Sorry, Ian. Sorry if there is someone with the microphone on. I think it's Elio. Elio, do you have any question, comment?
No, what Ian mentioned is that on Wednesday we only play on 4 courts and start time at 9 o'clock. We cannot start before 9 o'clock unless something exceptional happened during the tournament and we must modify the schedule. But otherwise, we can never start before 9 o'clock. So the start time is 9 o'clock and the finish time is a suggested number, okay? Some matches are fast, as you know, others are a little bit longer. So the other mistake on that one was Saturday, January 22nd. It's January 12th. So that was the mistake. Anything else on page 2?
Is it reasonable to actually expect players to be called 30 minutes before the scheduled match time? That's more than I've normally seen published.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is reasonable. It is reasonable, but it has to be mentioned at the team managers meeting. Okay, because it's always like if you look the very last line of point 7, it's written and will be announced by the referee. So, you know, alterations can be scheduled to television coverage, blah, 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 but it's always and will be announced by the referee. So if there are changes, it will be announced. I'll give you an example. In 2015, I was in Kuching, Malaysia, and we were using 4 courts. We were during the raining season, and we lost the use of 2 courts for about a full day. And just as we lost the 2 courts, everybody started to play 3 gamers that lasted an hour and a half. So I had to do something about it. So alteration to the competition schedule. That's what I had to do. And I discussed with the tournament organizers, with the BWF, and we talked that, okay, about if we move these matches from the Wednesday afternoon to that time. So we tried to do the best we could. Why? Is because we had an emergency situation. That's all. So, and I said to the coaches after that, when I talked to them, I said, it's very important that you understand this. I just have 2 courts right now. And the player safety is my first priority. If it's raining on the court, you're not going to be playing there. There's absolutely no question. Because it's not the organizers that will be responsible. It's me. And there's no way this will happen. So we started to look at different scenarios. And you have to understand this. Malaysia is a Muslim country. Friday morning is prayer time. Most of the officials, line judges, umpires from Malaysia are Muslims. Therefore, we cannot have them for that time. So we had to deal and discuss, and because we had no choice but playing on Friday morning. So, you know, emergency situation. If something happens, we have to deal with the situation. Okay, page 2. Anything else? Anybody else? Ian.
Other conditions of play just seem to be out of order and not quite bulleted properly. I'd have probably done each item as a bullet point instead of a continuous paragraph, and yeah,
I know.
In the event of a dispute would have been the decision of the referee will be final, would be the final point.
Yeah, I know. That was written that way. They could not place it anywhere else. I had talked to them about that. Anything else on that? On this? Point number 12, there's a mistake.
Item 12. Item 12. Monday, January 7, 28 January 2019. And then you have 2200 hours for the team managers meeting when the accreditation finishes at 6 o'clock. Maybe that should be a lot earlier.
That's a lot sooner than that. You're absolutely right. Suggested time. Thank you, PJ. Suggested time for the team managers meeting is 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Suggested time.
Right.
We do everything we can to go around that. If we can do it at 4 o'clock, you know, we'll do it. But generally it's 5 or 6 o'clock. We will never put a team managers meeting that late. This is the referee's responsibility. So it's important that you understand that. It's 5 or 6 o'clock. Now,
Follow up with the
I had an emergency situation a few years ago in Aguascalientes when there was an earthquake. So, you know, teams did not show up, others came late, so we had to discuss. Again, emergency situation, then this is the discretion of the referee. But we tried to make it so it looks fairly good for everybody. Mistakes in there.
It's same to the meeting coach. In the point number 13 is the official meeting is 11 in the night. It's very late.
You're absolutely right. The technical officials meeting is most of the time follow the team managers meeting, so it should be 1 hour after. So 6, 7 o'clock is usually a very, very good time. Okay.
Teacher, what do you say about the meeting of the technical official between the start the first days of competition, or you prefer is the 2 meetings, the coach and the official is together?
No, 2 meetings.
Sorry?
2 meetings.
2 meetings.
Coaches, team managers in one, officials in another one. Always.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
Anything else on page 3?
The date for world ranking date for seeding in section 14 should be Tuesday, the 11th of December.
Yes. No, it's fine. That's the exact one. The new one has changed this, but at that time the date was right. This
the date,
December
the year
4.
is,
December 4 is right.
but it's 2019, which is after the tournament.
That's yes. All the dates have been changed on this one. All the years have been changed on section 14. It should
Right.
actually be 2018. That's the mistake. But all the other dates are exactly dead on, as set by the BWF. But there has been a change in the ranking orders after that, or for the date. So on this one, it was all right. Okay, good. And there's no more on that page. If you want to know, keep going, Ricardo, please. International entrees, okay. Keep going. And you'll see
What-
some Thai pretty soon.
If one question, please.
Yeah.
What is the better? The first meeting, if the technical official or the coach?
We are in the habit of doing the team managers first, followed by the officials. Now they're considering of doing officials before, but again, this is it's hard to set this because usually the umpires arrive on that day. And because of traveling everywhere, it is not always possible to have the meeting before the coaches.
Yes.
Okay, they will try to have it, but it's not always possible.
That's okay. Okay,
Okay.
Thank you.
And like I said, everything that is written in Thai, in the Thai language, is perfectly fine. Okay, keep going in this. You're on page 4. Good. Keep going. Go to page 5. We're on page 5. Okay. Do you see any mistakes so far on page 5?
This is
Your
a mistake.
country is wrong.
Your email is very different than the other email in the first
Yes.
point, number 3 or 2.
Yes.
I don't remember.
So my country referee, Yves Cote,
Yes, I'm country.
Peru, it should be Canada, and this is the wrong email address. So even if it was written before, you still have to check. And that happened to me in one tournament. I had 2 different email addresses when I received the prospectus. So as part of me going through this whole thing, it's very important that we look into this. So yes, this is a mistake. That's not my right email address. My right email address, you remove the 7 and the 4. The rest is fine.
The withdrawals date is also 2019. It should be 2018.
It should be 2018. Yes, that was the next point on this one. Yes, you're absolutely December 17. Yes. 20.
One question.
Yes.
You put the new cell phone number or the WhatsApp number in this case or for the tournament? For example, I accident in the night and you need to give your number.
Okay, I will answer this one. Right, I will answer this one right away because I know that one of you had sent me an email about this. The phone number that you put on the team managers meeting in one of the slides is either your phone number or the number of the phone that the tournament will provide you with. Often in tournaments, they will provide you with a tournament and the number is already entered. So they will give you this. They will say, this is the number we want you to use because we have sent this information to all the team managers. And you said, okay. So that's just the way it is. Some referees still prefer to use their own, which is also another possibility. There's two ways that you can, in that case, there's two ways that you can join, that you can be joined. The other questions that happened, that arise was, now they have your phone number and they have your email and they can get in touch with you. Yes, it is very important. A few years ago, I had a player that was in women's singles that was 6th on the reserve list. Contacted me and say, well, my name is, and I'm 6th on the reserve list. Is there a way that you can tell me if there will be an opening, because I have to book plane ticket, hotel, and blah, blah, blah. And so I answered right away. I said, as of now, you are still on number 6 on the reserve list. If there are withdrawals that happened and your ranking on the reserve list changes, you will be informed as soon as we can. Today, I mean, with the internet and everything, it goes very fast. You know, I received the notice of withdrawal. I send the information to the BWF or to Pan Am. This one has withdrawal. This means that this one that is the first qualifier will now be in the main draw, and we send the information right away. So if there's a reserve list, then the person that is 2nd on the reserve list, we said, you are now number 1 on the reserve list. And so that's how we deal with this. It has to be with information that is from the tournament. Anything else? Sorry, I cannot answer this. If you cannot answer this, if they disagree with the ranking with BWF or anything, you just said, please contact BWF. He is the person in charge of this tournament. You know, I mentioned this just before the meeting started with Herman, and I said, look, even though it was written in the prospectus, I had a coach that told me, why is there only 4 seeds in all the events at the Pan Am Juniors? I said, sir, that was written in the prospectus, and this is the Pan Am regulation for the Pan Am Juniors. If you have any questions about this, please talk to Herman Valdez. Okay, and then the person went and talked to Herman and they discussed, because we were at the tournament. But if we're not at the tournament, then email nowadays, and I just will send and say, okay, that's just the way it is. Okay, Ricardo, keep going. Page 6, I think most of everything is in Thai, so I have not touched that. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Go through page 7. Let's go to page 8. Page 8, there is a mistake. Anybody?
The cancellation fee.
Cancellation fee, 150%. It will cost you 1.5 times what you should pay to cancel. This is wrong. Most of the time, it is 50%. In fact, that number was 50%. I just added a 1 before. Okay, keep going. Next page.
Item 26.
Okay.
Item 26.
Item 26. What is it all about, PJ?
The doping. Why are we telling the players what day we're testing?
Exactly. Exactly. In the referee, you will know, as a referee, you will know ahead of time if there is doping control or not. You must still, in your PowerPoint presentation, you have to talk about doping control. Okay, you have to say, even if you know, you're totally aware of the fact that there will be no doping control, you must mention there is a possibility. Why? Is because the doping agencies can come in a competition. They can go to an athlete before they start to play, can go to the hotel. Okay, so the way to solve that for us on the referee side, there is a possibility that we will have doping control. As of now, I do not have a date, but there is a possibility. Now, you never tell them when it will take place. Never, never, ever. Even if the doping control is targeted, you receive the list, and as the referee, you will be the only one to receive this. The deputy referees will not know when. So even if you know when it takes place, you keep that to yourself. When the people come, you meet with them, you discuss, and they are showing you their list. We are doing this. This is targeted. This is Johnny and Billy and Andrea and Michelle. Okay, that's just the way it is. Remember this with doping also. They can go when they want and ask for a sample. What we suggest to them is, please, 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 do everything you can. So it is after the last match of the players. And I will tell you, 99% of them will go that way. At the end, there's always one that was, no, I want to do it now because I have other things to do. This is not your concern. Once they have entered the building, once the anti-doping people have walked into the building and they have introduced themselves to you as the referee, you must tell them when, with regard of the players that were targeted or drawn out of the hat, you tell them this is how, this is when is their last match. This is what we suggest. Otherwise, there's nothing we can do. Okay. That was the, yes, Ricardo.
Sorry, I have an input there.
Yeah.
So this is for individuals, but when we talk about team events, it's quite different because when you receive the list, is the winner of the specific match. So you have to wait until this match happen, and then will affect all the schedule, or maybe if you have some kind of delay in your schedule, it will take time for that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Even if you tell them that that maybe they can do it.
Yeah.
Is very different individuals and teams.
Yeah, I know. It's very seldom that it happens, Ricardo, but I agree with you. You know, this is the loser of the women's doubles second semifinal. Okay, because that was selected that way. And well, which name do you want? The first one on the list, the second one on the list? So usually it's, you know, the first one on the list.
Yeah.
So, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
We do the
Thanks.
with doping. We do the best we can with this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Yves.
Good. So that covers this mistakes that I intentionally put in the prospectus. The rest is the rest I have not touched. I am telling you, because there's some legal terms and I did not want to touch this and everything written in Thai. I did not want to touch. Okay. So now, Senor Salamanca, if we can go to rankings and seedings. I know that this was sent to everybody. The seeding and the ranking and seedings that you have received and that hopefully Ricardo puts on the screen soon. It's very important that you look into this. My only reason to place them there is to make sure that you always have a look at this. Absolutely, absolutely have a look at this. Because they say, as of week, blah, blah. Okay, as of the end of the second week, as of the end of that week, this is when the world ranking is, or the Pan Am ranking in that case. So we want to make sure that we are doing this properly. You must check every single name. Okay, because if they have made a mistake, you have to inform the tournament supervisor. In my case, once I received from BWF the BWF World Ranking based on the end phrase, you know, version 1. Then if somebody withdraw, then I receive another one, version 2. But on the very first one, I have to check every single end phrase that is there. Now, some have no world ranking, so obviously it might be their very first tournament, and for them, I have to rely on the information that is given to me. But let's say for a period in a 4-year period, when I would have had looked at the world ranking, when Lee Chong-wei spent 199 weeks in a row as the number 1, every time I looked, he had to be the number 1 on the list. Why? Because he has the number 1 ranking. That's all. So there, when we're looking on the left, 1, 2, 3, blah blah. Okay, up to 20 that I see now, and now from December 8, version 3, from December 18, world ranking updated. Well, Lindan is the first one on my list, but he had world ranking number 13, followed by Koshit, who had 16, and the other Thai guy 17, 20, and Jorgensen from Denmark 29. So I have to make sure that all these follow the order. In singles, it's no big deal because they are just following this. Okay, so and you see Igor Chuelo from Brazil at that time had the 46th ranking in the world. Okay, good. Keep going, qualifying, keep going again. Okay, now on the reserve list. So how do you go from reserve to the other one, to the qualifying? is when there's withdrawal. That's all. And we have to take them in the order that they are there. I cannot say, this one from Belgium, oh, I know him, the one from Belgium, line number 58, number 49, reserve number 5. Oh, I know this guy's a very good guy. I think we should place him before he's in the wrong spot. I cannot do that. I have to follow the order that is given to me, period. Okay, place a doubles. Okay, so in this one, I just want to make sure if we go to the right completely, there should be points, ranking points. Okay, world ranking points and notional points. Yes, right there. Okay, so the teams are right there. Where's their ranking at the BWF level? Right there. Now, it happens sometimes that they play with a different guy. Example, on line 18 from China, Wang, the next line. Yeah, this one. They played with a different partner. That's why they have a notional ranking that is calculated by BWF because one of the partner of one of the guy was injured, so he played with another one, and based on points, that gives them that ranking. Because if you notice, their world ranking point 16,710. Well, notional ranking gave them 33,420, which placed them in 14 or something like that. Now go down to Taipei. If you, that one. So if you notice on the rank 0, world point 0, 2 new partners, they have a 0, and there's another one after that from Thailand. Okay, same thing, 0. Well, then we have to go with notional ranking. And the notional ranking, there's a formula on that is calculated by the BWF, by Pan Am, and you take it as is. Okay, good. If we can go to the seeding, please. So it doesn't matter which one, as you can see. Now we do a lot of notional when people have no ranking with that partner, and that's how we go. So it doesn't matter which one you take, like men's doubles, women's doubles, mixed, and then the singles here you see qualifying, and then the reserve list and so on. Okay, so seeding. Now the seeding, the date for the seeding is different than the date from the MNQ. Okay, because the date is given differently to you from the BWF. Okay, if we look at this one, Mr. Angus, his ranking had changed compared to Lin Dan. So if you look at the world ranking now, Lin Dan was 13, is still 13, but Angus is now 12. So this now means that once the seeding is done, the one that will be the very first name on the tournament is Inca Long Angus. Period. Lin Dan will be completely at the bottom of the draw. Why? Because he's the second seed. That's all. 3, 4 are placed, and again they can be 3 can be on top or on the bottom, and vice versa for 4, and then after that 5, 6, 7, 8 they are just placed in specific spots. That's all. New regulations also, and I'm going to say it just in case you are not aware of that. You can place somebody from your own country in the first round. Changed last year. I was very surprised. But that's just the way it is. You can place somebody from your own country in the first round. I actually had that from a tournament in Malaysia, and I said, "Was that a change?" And they said, "Yes, it is a change," because I had not received the email. They said, "Okay, no problem. There it is." Okay, so, and then if you go up, we'll see the ladies singles, no, the men's doubles, and then again, you know, ranking. And this is done at the BWF office. So they are published, and you can access this all the time on the net. So if there is a mistake, if you notice there is a period of time between the seeding and the draw. Why? So people can check this. And believe me, they do check it. In Asia, where there's a lot of badminton that is played, there are people with some association that this is the only thing they do. They check world ranking and they check seeding, and this is their job. I wish we would have that type of problem in the Pan Am. Okay, this is for that part. Again, this is a very important exercise. You will avoid yourself some problems by doing that work ahead of time. It's very important when you receive this that you check the list. You check that on, if you're at the BWF level, you checked it against BWF. If you receive it from the Pan Am, you check it against the Pan Am list. If you cannot access the Pan Am list, you said, Senor Salamanca, por favor, get me that list. Okay, so very important. Any question? Yes.
And the last decision is the referee.
Yeah.
Every. And no discussion. Okay.
No discussion.
But I don't know. But the rules is the referee can take a decision for the best tournament. For example, is 2 players or 2 teams of the same country. But is if for example, the 2 players, the same country, not have the problem is have the match between 2 players of the same country.
Yeah.
You change or not change in this case?
It depends. It depends if this is agreed upon. Okay, I am telling you the rules and regulations of BWF. Now, Pan Am may, in that case, because
are you freezing?
No, what I'm telling you is that if Pan Am had said for this tournament, as this is a future tournament, we want to have as many participants as possible. Okay, that rule will not be enforced, and Pan Am has the right to do so. Where is this coming from? Prospectus. Everything written in the prospectus. Pan Am decides. Pan Am may say, yes, we will be having this, or no, we will not be having this. That's all.
It's a question. The national ranking is only for making to the main draw. It's not used to seeding. If you are a pair and have a national ranking good enough, but it's not good enough to be in the seats.
You're
That's
right.
my question.
You're right. the best that you can be, if I recall, I had the one like that once, and he was 1 out. You cannot, if I recall, is that you cannot be in the top 4 with notional ranking. You cannot be seated in the top 4, even if your notional ranking points give you a higher ranking. I think it starts at the 5th seed, if I remember.
Yes, that's correct. 11.6.4.
Okay.
BCL 11.6. That's correct.
Okay. Because I had one like that in a tournament before, and I said to the guy, no, you cannot be in the top 4. That's all. Other questions? Reason why I'm saying that, we have 2 videos coming, and it's situations that happened. We will not show you the whole of the video, because in the very first one with the Spanish player, there are things that we don't want to see. But the question is, as a referee, what do you do? You know, there's a situation that is going to arise. For bringing that, now I'll talk a little bit about this. The referee. Did the referee do what he had to do? Open question.
I think, but maybe it's a wrong election for this umpire for this match. The first is the first, and maybe it's my right to umpire, but it's wrong the situation for me.
Okay, but as for the referee, did the referee do what he was supposed to do? Like, I know the referee personally. I worked with him at a few tournaments, and I absolutely like to work with him. You know, I know the whole thing because he explained it to me. That's why I'm asking the question, and I'm not trying to put him down at all. It's just we want to make sure that when we have situation arising, that we know how to deal with this. So that's why I'm saying that. Is there something that the referee could have done, okay, to prevent the second red card? Or was Carolina completely in the wrong? Like, she deserved it. Okay, so this is the point. Like, should have the referee be going to the court before?
Why didn't he go to the court when the first red card was appointed?
Thank you. Great question. And everything is there. Very important that you understand this. I was an umpire before. I know what this is to be an umpire, and before being in badminton, I was in ice hockey, so I've been officiating for a long time. Now, important, if there is a yellow card that is given, you're the referee, make sure that you have eye contact with the umpire. If you need to know more, remember now that you have the right to get to the court. A few years ago, you had to be invited. Not anymore. You can go to the court. So in that situation, okay, yellow, friendly warning given, which is okay. Yellow card given, knowing the player. Okay, and by the way, this video was analyzed by the people by the referees group at the last BWF workshop. We want to make sure that we're all on the same page with this, and everybody came to the consensus. After the first red card, the referee should have been closer to the court. The referee should have gone to the court and talked to the umpire or talked to the player. Okay, considering the fact that the referee knew the player very well, and everybody knows that this player likes to take her time between rallies. So it was essentially that. And why I chose this video was, like I said, we discussed at the BWF level about this video, but it is important that you understand as a referee, there is a red card. Get to the court. Stop everything you do. Get to the court before everything just blows out of proportion. Okay. Daniel, question?
No, teacher. No, it's okay.
Okay. Now the other one, and the other one is that I will talk about something that happened to me. It was in January 2016 in Malaysia, in Penang, Malaysia, in the semi-final, Lee Chong-wei against Tommy Sugiarto. And at the beginning of the match, something happened, and Lee Chong-wei called for the referee. One of my deputies was close by, so the deputy went, and the deputy was from Malaysia. So Chong-wei said, "No, I don't want him." Okay, so it's important. Do not. I mean, unless you have. I mean, if you are in your own country, you have no choice. But if you can send somebody else, because the player from your country is involved, send somebody else. So that's why Chong-wei said that. No, I don't want you. I want to talk to the big boss. He's not from my country. So then I go and I talk. What happened? What happened? What happened? And I talk to the umpire. And it's very important that when you go to the court, you try to get as much information as possible from the umpire. What I had to do was to change the call of the umpire on the court. Why? It's because the umpire gave the wrong interpretation of the law. This is something that you can do. Example, at 17, the umpire said to the guy, serve on the right side. Well, everybody knows that at 17, we serve on the left. But the umpire got completely confused and he said to the player, serve on the right. This is giving the wrong interpretation of the law. Okay, it is not a fact. If something happened on the fact, the shuttle landed in or out. Was it touching the line or not? This is a fact. There's nothing you can do about this. Zero. But wrong interpretation of the law. So I made a big mistake when this happened. It took very, very long. I think it took over 10 minutes, which is way too long. When we go on the court to try to solve the problem, we try to have this done within a minute. And if it takes 30 seconds, that's even better. So, but in my case, it took like something like 10 minutes. Why? It's because the umpire did not want to tell me exactly what happened. It was very simple. He called a receiver's fault before the serve was delivered. The same way you cannot call, if you're the service judge, you cannot call the service fault before the service is delivered. The umpire cannot call the receiver's fault before the service is actually hit, before the service is done. So that's what I did. I changed the decision. So rather than being 6-4 for Giarto, it was 5-4 for Giarto. Okay. And that's how the problem was solved. So first mistake of the umpire he made, he did not want to tell me what happened. I had to like just about to twist his arm so he would tell me. Second mistake, and this one is the absolute worst that you can do, put on the internet, on social media, I call the receiver's fault on Chongwei today. Oops. So, por favor, never, 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 ever use social media to talk about badminton at a tournament where you are working. Somebody a few years ago was an very experienced BWF umpire, had received his call. He was doing the semi-final the next day between, I think it was Lindan and Chongwei semi-final. And he put on the internet, hey, I got the semi-final tomorrow between Chongwei and Lindan. Somebody called, sent an email to BWF, said, look, what is this that your umpires are know ahead of time, and they put that on social media to impress their friends. And so the referee had no choice but take the match away from that umpire. What is my point here? Stay away from social medias. For us at the BWF level, like I use social media, I'm on Facebook with my friends. You will never, never see any of my my posts about what happened at a badminton tournament. I'll go back to this Chongwei Sugiarto in Malaysia in 2016. That night, I must have received 50 calls on Facebook. Eve, what happened? Eve, what happened? Eve, what happened? And my answer all the time in private to the people, no comments, no comments, no comments, period. Okay, now I talk to you about it. I'm telling you what happened. Okay, so this is fine. This was many, many years ago, but I will not make comment on, you know, this is what the umpire did. That's all. So that concludes my part for tonight. Other questions?
One question, Yves.
Yeah.
About the betting. What happened is you know about the pass, the point, the match, about the guys is near to close the court. Every is involucrated, no involucrated the player, the umpire, anything. But this guy pass the whole is the match in the system of the betting. What do you do?
I don't understand what you're asking, Daniel.
I in Spanish to Ricardo.
Yes, in Spanish to Ricardo, because he'll translate.
Okay. Sorry. Ricardo,
No, it's fine.
¿Me escuchas, Ricardo?
Sí, Daniel. Dale.
Tuve un caso de una persona que pasaba los resultados, que estaba en la hinchada y sabíamos que estaba pasando para un sistema de apuestas. ¿Qué hacer?
Okay, Daniel, gracias. Yves, Daniel mentioned that he has he had an issue with one guy taking notes for a betting company in one tournament. So
Oh, okay.
what the referee have to do with these situations?
Very, very good question, Daniel. It's good that you bring that up. We'll talk about it quickly. You have to be absolutely sure that they are doing something that is illegal, okay, like in that situation. And it may influence the result of the betting. Example, in some tournaments, there are betting companies that are there, and they paid a fee to the BWF to have the right to have their people there, and they go with the bet and everything. Okay, but at the same tournament, and that happened to me, I remember in the Netherlands, where I knew one of the person, and I knew that he was not there for any of the companies that were betting, and he was isolated in the stands, and he would transmit information. So I talked to the gentleman of the BWF that was there. I said, this guy there with the white shirt sitting right over there, I know this is what he's doing. Okay, and they went and asked him to leave. That's all. They went with the police and said, sorry, you are not authorized to send information for betting in here, so please leave. And the person left. That's all. Otherwise, if there are no betting that is done, if nobody had paid fees to the organizers in order to have betting, then it's, you know, it is technically speaking not illegal. Not legal, but not illegal also. So there's really nothing you can do.
Okay, just to mention something in this point. So there is a campaign that BWF have, which is I Am Campaign Integrity,
Yeah.
that talks about all these topics about betting.
Mhm.
Also, it's very important to take note about any person involved in badminton, like technical official, coach, local organizing committee, can bet in badminton or deliver information to other people. As if mentioned, there are companies which have agreements with BWF to gather information from betting, but this is all throughout the tournament software and the live score, and all this information go just through their companies. Anyone or any person that we can or that we see is taking notes and transmitting information into the venue is illegal, and then you have to be 100% sure that this person is doing this, and then ask to the security to this guy leave the venue.
Yeah.
Okay. No one can't transmit information from the venue.
Yeah.
It's all throughout the system, just because they have the statistics and everything.
You are absolutely right, Ricardo, and it's very important that you start to look a little bit for that. In the Pan Am, we do not have much of this, but it's important that you look around. You never know, and if you're made aware, you must report. You absolutely have no choice. If you do not report, you will be in more trouble than the person that is doing this. Okay, so important. Ian.
Yeah, we had an incident at the Manhattan Beach tournament 4 years ago where I was deputy, where BWF actually called through to say that somebody was feeding results to the betting shops before they were getting published through tournament software. I think they were claiming they were adjusting odds and stuff because the results were getting. In the case of Manhattan Beach, it was fairly easy to identify the person because there was only one person in the gymnasium who wasn't a member of Manhattan Beach Badminton Club.
And thanks for the information. You know, and if you are a referee, you're at one tournament and you see somebody that you suspect. Make sure that your deputies are aware of it. Make sure that the local organizing committee are aware of it. The tournament I was talking about in the Netherlands, that guy did the same thing, a tournament where I was in Malaysia. Okay, we had identified him, and he was sending information. You know, I'd say it's not fair because the others, you know, are paying a fee to be able to do this. But this guy, I had seen him in Malaysia, and he was asked to leave. And in the Netherlands, as soon as I saw him, I went to the organizer. I said, this guy there, big guy over there with the white shirt, sitting right over there, in Malaysia a little while ago, he was in one of my tournaments, and he was caught for sending the information. So we asked him to leave. So please make sure that we keep an eye on this guy, because we don't want this to happen. That's all. So again, it is important. Your role, you must, if you see, you must talk to somebody about it. Believe me, if I go and work a tournament with one of you, and I see somebody is like that should not, you will be made aware of it, and very, very fast. So that's why it is important that we communicate with this all the time. So, other questions? I'm not
PJ,
this because I'm looking at the time.
Yeah, PJ have the last one. I think PJ just participate,
yes.
and then you have one question.
Yes, Eve, could you? Yes, do you have any advice on how to handle emails from players or coaches before a tournament or so?
Email, you said?
Yeah, any emails that players may send to you. Are there any rules? Are there any guidelines?
No.
Any do's or don'ts?
There's the common sense do's and don'ts. Okay, there's the common sense, but otherwise it has to be strictly related to the tournament. Like the player, if the player is not happy about, look, I should be seeded third on that tournament, but I am not seeded at all. The answer is very simple. Please refer to Ricardo at the Pan Am office. That's the Pan Am office that is in charge of this tournament. That's all. Or talk to Johnny at the National Badminton Association. This is them that are in charge of that. Okay? Do not get involved if you don't have to. Like ranking, seedings, they will say something like that. Remember this, you have to see that there is a problem before the tournament starts. As soon as you receive the entries, you look at it and you make sure that everything is right. If everything is right, then you approve it, you send it. Okay, but do not get involved, because it is not your case. I'll give you an example. A few years ago, I think it was in Puerto Vallarta, and I received emails from people said, well, I think there's a mistake because this player should be included in everything. And I respond very simply. I am traveling right now to Puerto Vallarta. I will have a look at the situation when I arrive in Puerto Vallarta with the organizing committee. And I will take the time to analyze that. Once I have all this done, I will reply to you. So, and when I arrived in Puerto Vallarta, I sat with Mr. Valdez, and he showed me all the information that he had. I looked at it, and I'm sorry, but the person who had sent me the email did not have all the information. So how did I solve that? Very, very easily. I just sent an email to the person who sent me the email, and I said, well, this is the information that I'm given based on the following email. Period. Problem solved. I did not involve myself, and like people with, oh yeah, but this is a player from your country, you should do something about it. No, I have nothing to do about it. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm from a country or not. It has everything to do with, was the player registered? Yes or no? If the player is registered, then it's fine. If the mistake is done by us, by the organizing committee, we correct the mistake. For the same tournament, Senor Salamanca is sending me an email. Yves, in men's double, that age group, I forgot to enter one team. Problem very easy to solve, Ricardo. Redraw. We made the mistake. Once we made the mistake, we correct it. Does that answer, PJ?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Yves.
You're welcome.
I think it's time to finish this meeting. Please, Herman, to the final words.
Thank you, Ricardo. Thanks, Yves. Another very, very interesting and important presentation we have with all your experience on these matters. I'm happy that you are mentioning some of the issues at our events also, which are very common to our referees and umpires, no, in this case. So thank you for that. And thanks to all the participants and the questions they are submitting to you, because this is the right time to do this. And well, thank Ricardo and the team in the office for putting this together. And we'll see you next Wednesday again. And as always, stay safe, keep good health, and prevention as always. Thank you very much and have a good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you to all, and see you next Talking About Rules, a Badminton Panam Technical Officials Conference.